Hi, my name is Kara Gorman, and for my Cman 440 Teacher Tool presentation, I will be discussing force field analysis. Force field analysis, what is it? It's a tool used to determine the factors and strength of the factors affecting a problem or situation. Most situations are in a quasi-stationary equilibrium, meaning that the factors won't change unless we manipulate them. We also say that there are opposing forces acting against one another. These forces are driving forces, which are working towards a solution, and also restraining forces, which are suppressing a solution. Also, this tool was developed by psychologist Kurt Lewin in 1951. Force field analysis, how to use it. There are generally 5 steps when using force field analysis. The first step is going to be defining the problem. So here, we're going to ask the question, what makes the current situation unacceptable for our organization? Step 2, we're going to define the desired outcome. So here we're going to ask, what does the ideal situation look like for our organization? In step 3, we're going to identify the supporting forces. So who are the people, or what are the ideas or pressures supporting change? How strong are each one of these forces? In step 4, we're going to do the opposite and identify the opposing forces. So who or what ideas or pressures are opposing this change? And how strong are each of these forces? And finally, in step 5, we're going to develop a change strategy. And we have to think, can change actually occur by manipulating any of these forces? And are there any unintended consequences by manipulating these forces? So when we look at the diagram on the right, we can see that the line in the middle is the status quo, or our current situation. On the left-hand side, we have the change factors, or those driving factors that are going to help us get to our desired goal. And on the right, we have resistance factors, or those factors that are going to oppose our goal. Once we determine all these factors, we're going to weigh them against one another and determine if we have enough driving factors to change the situation, or if at this current time there are too many resistance factors that are opposing change. So force field analysis, when is it used? It can be used in manufacturing, education reform, healthcare environments, or any other organizational setting. It is also used to determine all the factors influencing complex problems and situations. This is also sometimes known as a stakeholder analysis. It can also be used to foresee potential problems that have not yet occurred. And is also used to build a consensus among team members. Force field analysis, how is it created? It's created through collaborative team discussion and stakeholder analysis. This can also be done individually first before a meeting occurs. Next, the team or individual will identify each stakeholder position and how strong each position is in relation to the problem. It is good to have different stakeholders on the team to determine all the different positions available. So now we're going to take a look at a real-world example of a force field analysis. Our problem in this situation is going to be a long wait time to see a registered dietitian, perhaps in a renal outpatient clinic. We're going to first come up with our driving forces, or those forces that are really propelling the change forward. We're going to see that one is patient demand. Perhaps we're seeing this in surveys about patient satisfaction, and they're noting that there's a long wait time to see an RD. And also we're going to look at the current RD's feelings. Maybe he or she's feeling overwhelmed with the patient demand. And next we're going to kind of weight these against each other, and we see that maybe the patient demand is going to be our strongest force right now. Again, we're going to have to weight the restraining forces against one another. So we're going to see that maybe cost and lack of support from the administration are going to be the 2 most important factors right now. So from here, we're going to have to figure out our change strategy as a team. Maybe it's asking for more support from the administration and really explaining our viewpoint. Or perhaps it's conducting a financial analysis of our situation and proving how another RD could really support the clinic and increase our patient satisfaction. Or perhaps we're seeing that there's just too many restraining forces at this time to make a change. Either way, we now know all the factors currently are affecting our RD situation right now, and it will allow us to later on address it. Force field analysis, advantages. One advantage is that it promotes discussion and debate among team members. Perhaps different team members disagree about which stakeholders are the most important and why. Using force field analysis, you can all come to a consensus about this fact. Another advantage is that it identifies both the major and minor stakeholders, so it ensures that you're not forgetting anyone during your debate. Also, recognize the situations that can and cannot be changed. Perhaps it's just not the right time for a change to occur in your organization, and by using a force field analysis, you can determine this. It also displays the relationships between forces. So by using a force field analysis, you can determine that if you change one force, you might perhaps unknowingly change another one. This, of course, would prevent this from happening. And finally, here are the list of my references that I used during this presentation. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to contact me. And thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.